We do start, though, with breaking news regarding that man, Arne Slot, who is lined up to become Jurgen Klopp's successor at Liverpool. As you can see, our senior reporter, Melissa Reddy, is alongside me with major developments this afternoon.
Yes, fresh off Arne Slot confirming that he does indeed want the Liverpool job and he expects a deal to be done. Liverpool and Feyenoord are heading towards finalising an agreement now. Sources in the Netherlands have mentioned a figure to me of £9.85 million, but my understanding is that nothing's been settled on yet. Negotiations are still ongoing, but talks have been very positive. Now, Slot was saying that he doesn't expect Feyenoord to stand in his way and he expects a conclusion soon. So do we.
Liverpool, in a way, have had a long time to consider this, given that they've known about Jurgen Klopp leaving for quite a while. But this part of it, moving towards Slot, has seemed to happen quite quickly.
You know what? I've seen the question being asked a lot. Where did he come from? And I think we have to make the distinction between Liverpool's actual process and what external reportage has been and fan discussion. Just because his name wasn't mentioned by us or by fans doesn't mean that he wasn't part of the process. He was actually on Liverpool's list from the start. And as they started doing due diligence on all the key criteria, he ended up topping it. Now, obviously, the outstanding candidate for every club looking for a manager this summer was Xabi Alonso. He ruled himself out of the running. But when Liverpool were considering who is the best football fit, who is going to result in the least amount of upheaval on the pitch, it pointed to Slot. When you look at the metrics, everything in terms of like favoured formations, high turnovers, average possession, possession won in the final third, Feyenoord and Liverpool are pretty much a mirror for each other. So Liverpool are thinking, in that regard, he is the best candidate. Also, he was marked out as the best communicator and connector. And one of the things the club does is they gather a stack of character references on all the candidates. That also marked him out as a top pick.
When you talk then about football fits and metrics, is that why Ruben Amorim ultimately fell away in this process?
Yeah, Ruben Amorim was definitely on Liverpool's shortlist. But despite all the external noise, he was never a leading candidate or the preferred candidate. The clubs made that pretty clear. Liverpool were saying, very good, we like him. And he had ticked quite a few of the criteria, obviously, to get onto the shortlist. But the big sticking point was the fact that his playing philosophy is so different. He likes to use three at the back. That doesn't really stack up with Liverpool's squad and their comfort in doing that. Also, his long-term vision didn't align with the Liverpool way. And remember, Liverpool play the same way all through the age groups up, so you don't want to disrupt that. I was also told that any suggestions that Amorim isn't Liverpool's pick because of financial reasons is just fiction. That's absolutely not the case. And the final thing to mention is, there's been a little bit of skepticism as why it was so public that Amorim flew to have this talk with West Ham. And one intermediary has suggested that it was possibly to put some pressure on Liverpool. But by that point, Liverpool had already marked Slot as their leading candidate.
All right, Melissa, thank you very much indeed for the moment. More from Melissa on Arne Slot on skysports.com and across our digital platforms as well. Jurgen Klopp said earlier that Slot will be taking over the best club in the world if he's confirmed as the next Liverpool manager. Klopp also praised the style of Slot's teams.
So I don't know anything about it. Not involved in the process, just to clarify that, club-wise, I mean. But I like a lot about it at first moment that if he is the one that he wants to take the job, really, and is desperate, but come on, let's go for it, excited, rather. I like the way his team play football. I can say that definitely all the things I hear about him as a guy, good guy. Some people I know him. I don't know him yet, but some people tell me that he's a really good guy, and I like that a lot. So, good coach, good guy. Looking forward for the club. If he's the solution or the man, then I'm more than happy. It's not up to me to judge the things, but that sounds all really good to me. What was the rest of the question?
Just, yeah, what kind of a job has he taken? How would you describe it?
Best job in the world, best club in the world, best job in the world. And obviously now help even with not finishing on a high, it looks like. So there's space for improvement, let me say it like that. Oh, great job, great team, fantastic people. Yeah, no. It takes a good, would take a really, really interesting job.